All right, shalawam. First off, we would like to give all praise to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham, double honor to the apostles of GMS, double honor to the Connecticut elders of GMS, our big brothers. Greetings and salutations to the brothers in this country and all over the world who are prophesying in the true name of what you people stupidly call God in Christ. The true name is Yahawah bahasham, which is none other than the power of the nation of Israel, which consists of you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, and anybody who are descendants from those people on their father's side. Shalawam to those who are scattered abroad. I'm Yahawah, and today's show is entitled "You Can't Speak Righteousness." You can't speak righteousness in a wicked society or a wicked world, really. All right, and this world, as you know, is a wicked world, man. Matter of fact, if you could find it, the Prince of the Power of the Air, I think that's in Peters, I believe. Prince of the Power of the Air. All right, because this current world is a wicked world. All right, a wicked world full with iniquity. All right, and how do we know that it's wicked? Why? Because it's not aligned. This world and its laws and the setup of this world is not under a theocracy. All right, it's under a wicked ass government. All right, a theocracy basically means theo means God. All right, so a theocracy is only going to be under when Israel set up, or when the Lord comes back on earth, which we're near at that moment. Okay, when the whole world will be under a theocracy, under the laws that makes you righteous, and this world righteous, under the laws and power of Yahawashi, our Heavenly Father and the Deliverer. But this current world now is wicked. Anything you say against homosexuality, against bestiality, or any of the wicked things in society, especially the so-called white man, start with him, you'll be condemned. All right, and you see it all over news media. If you don't follow the program as far as what you say, if it's not so-called politically correct, or whatever trend they're coming out with, if it's against the agenda of the world, right? You can you're wicked. They demonize you. Okay.
All right. This is Ephesians 2:2. It says, "Wherein in times past you walked according to the course of this world."
Yeah, in time past. What does the time past mean? Well, the time past before you got this truth. Before you were woken up to the truth of Yahawah Shemashai, or the Most High and the Lord, right? The truth of everything, which they are everything, that the Most High has chosen only one nation on earth, the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, and that the Lord died for his people. That's the truth. That's where it starts. And it starts with the Heavenly Father and his name. Now before that, you were in the world. You're believing in voting for society, you're going to school, paying your taxes, and thinking you were going to be a doctor, a basketball player, or a rapper, or whatever. That's according to the world. All right?
It says, "Wherein in times past you walked according to the course of this world, according to the prince of the power of the air."
Yeah, according to the ways of this world, and according to the prince of the power of the air. Now, what does that mean? The prince of the power of the air, who's in charge right now of this world, right, is the spiritual demon Satan. That's the prince of the power of the air, right? That's who's in charge right now, as far as spiritually. No, well, let me say it right. Overall, it's Yahweh Shemashai, but the Lord gave jurisdiction, or gave Satan freedom to rule this world now. To be involved. All right. I don't want to get too technical. Of course, you have the righteous angels doing what they got to do, but I'm just saying the vibration of this world is under this spiritual demon Satan. Okay, you want to add to that, or
You're right. Yeah, this world, as we speak, is under the rule. The Most High gave the rulership to Edom right now. So it's Edom's turn to rule, right? Obviously, we know that the Most High controls everything or governs everything, but He gave the power. He gave the rulership. It tells you that what Job 24, 9 and 24. He gave the authority or the people to rule to Esau. It's now Esau's turn, which we're approaching his end, right?
Which Esau, when we see Esau, he's a so-called white man. Joshua wasted away his seed, but that's the spiritual demon's physical counterpart on earth. You see, in that Most High, he has a physical counterpart on earth, right? And where does it start? It starts with Yahawashi, through his men, all right? The nation of Israel, all right? And furthermore, the elect right now. That's who has that righteous vibration on earth. The Satan, spiritual demon Satan, he has a counterpart on earth, a physical counterpart, and he works through hey, shalom, brothers on the comment board. We can't see we don't got the other laptop set up. It's a lot, but Satan has a spiritual counterpart on earth, you know, and that's Esau, the so-called white man. You can tell by all his wicked deeds, and his all his wicked deeds are documented of how wicked he is, and the scriptures talk about the wicked, describe the wicked. He fits the attributes of the devil on earth. It's a lot.
Right. So it says, according to the prince of the power of the air, the spirit that now worketh in the children of disobedience.
Yeah, we'll see. That's beautiful. You see, now the spirit that worketh in the children of disobedience. Who's that children of disobedience? Who disobeys? Right? None other than the so-called white man. All right, and the nation of Israel. You know, they're the ones really disobeying. You know, they're the ones that have that wicked vibration on them, and really, that's the whole world, man. This whole world doesn't know truth or know the Most High. The Most High made it that way. And again, if you have a sincere, pure heart or a pure spirit, well, guess what? You're gonna have a tough time in this current world, this current setup, because again, you can't speak righteousness in this society. You can't even be righteous, or because we're ruled by like the scriptures say in Galatians or Ephesians. We battle.
Against flesh and blood, not against flesh and blood, but against powers and principalities.
Yeah, and in dark, which is dark. I might as well just get it later, but get it. You got something?
Yeah. This is Isaiah 5:20. It says, "Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter." And that's what's going on in this society right now. If you speak about anything righteous, which speaking righteous is according to the law, statute, commandments. If you speak anything righteous, like to say that homosexuality is wrong, in this society, it's frowned upon, right? If you say, for instance, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the true biblical Israelites, that's frowned upon, right? So righteousness cannot exist, or you can't speak righteousness in a like a title. You can't speak righteousness in a wicked society, right? Because this society that we live in is governed by wickedness. Okay, but we're approaching the end of this wicked society, and we're approaching a righteous society, and it starts with the people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, us waking back, or us coming back to our nationality, coming back to our heritage. That's where it starts.
You need light, man.
I mean, if you want just to read, the camera's good, but probably unplugged. So I'll read that again, right? And notice it says woe, right? So it says woe unto them, right? It says woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, and that's what the society does. You can't speak anything righteous in a society, and if you do, like I said, it's frowned upon, or you get blackballed. Okay? If you speak anything against what are those trans freaks, those freaks? If you call it weird or demonic as what it is, because it is weird and demonic, guess what? You're gonna get blackballed. You're gonna get oh, you can't say that about them. They have feelings or whatever, right? So you can't speak any righteousness, or you can't speak good, right? So it says, woe unto them that call good evil, and woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter, right?
That was it? Okay.
Yeah.
I was trying to find principalities real quick.
Ephesians 6.
I got something real quick. This is Proverbs, one of my favorite ones to bring out. This is Proverbs, the 3rd chapter. Proverbs 3, And let me see where I should start. Okay. Okay. Proverbs chapter 2, verse 20. I start from there. It says that thou mayest walk in the way of good men and keep the paths of the righteous. Now, how do we walk in the ways of good men? You can find that script when it says the law is good. Yeah, what determines what makes you good? You know, at the end of the day, what makes you good are the laws, the statutes, commandments of the Heavenly Father that was only given to the nation of Israel. All right, so furthermore, for you to be so-called good, you have to be an Israelite to receive that goodness. Part of that goodness is it all starts from the law, statutes, commandments, which comes from the power of the Heavenly Father and the Lord. All right, but even our great deliverer, Yahawashi, as great as he is, as majestic and beautiful, and how beautiful his spirit is, how humble and how powerful and how glorious Yahawashi is, he even said, thou callest thou me good, the Heavenly Father's good, you know. So, but still, we have plenty of examples of past prophets, our forefathers, who are legends in the scriptures by way of faith, and they became good because of their faith. You know, faith in Yahawashi.
That's up. This is Romans 7 and 12. It says, wherefore the law is holy, and the commandment holy, and just and good.
Yeah, one more time.
Romans 7 and 12. Wherefore the law is holy.
Yeah, the law is holy. Holy means true. The law is true. All right. And you know, you need to meditate on that word. People need to meditate on that, man. Truth is truth. Truth is the way. Truth is and what is ultimate truth? Yahawashi. All right. Truth is the Spirit too, the Holy Spirit. So it says the law is good, holy and true. What's that?
It says, wherefore the law is holy, and the commandment holy, and just and good.
Yeah, the law is good. The commandment. I'm sorry. It's a lot.
It says, wherefore the law is holy, and the commandment holy, and just and good.
And just and good. And the law says commandments were given unto the nation of Israel, which what? Psalms 147 and 19. All right. But anyway, when you receive the Spirit of Yahawashi by way of faith, all right, you're not going to do it without rehearsing the righteous acts. You're not going to do it without listening to the law, statutes, commandments. You're going to follow it to the best of your abilities, and that's how you come into this. You can't say you got faith, and then you're not following the commandments. All right. You can't say you love the Lord and you're not doing the commandments. All right. So that's how you get that goodness, so to speak, is to be righteous by the law. The scriptures say a righteousness comes from faith, which comes from the law. You know, keeping the ways of Yahawashi.
Yeah. Right, the one you're talking about. This is
and sorry, and are these laws, are they carried out, these righteous laws? Obviously, they're not carried out in this society. All right, like again, you got laws for the states, U.S. passing laws for all same-sex marriage. You got pedophilia being moving to be allowed right now. You got laws that are in place for you to actually marry non-living objects, like robots or animals. Bestiality is allowed. All right, this place is freaking wicked, man. All right.
This is 1 Timothy 1 and 8. But we know that the law is good if a man use it lawfully.
Yeah, we know that the law is good if the man use it lawfully. All right, just rehearsing the righteous acts and following the laws the best of your ability. All right, and that's faith. It takes faith to do that, especially in a wicked world. You see, to advance in society or to go along with the course of the world, you got to be wicked. You know, you can be righteous or you can do the right things for a certain amount of time. But if you want to reach or make it in society, its world, you got to do wicked things. You got to get things against the Lord. You know. Hey, Slak, we can't see the comments. Usually we have the things set up, but man, Slak, you know. But shalawam to all the brothers out there, man. With the scripts, looks like. Okay.
That's it. Okay. Yeah. So I got Ephesians.
Yeah, let me finish this. This is Proverbs chapter 2, verse 20. It says, that thou mayest walk in the way of good men. All right, now good men were our forefathers. Okay, that the laws and ultimately the faith was given unto them to do what they had to do. All right, and it says, and keep the paths of the righteous. Okay, follow their path. If you want to be righteous or a man of the Lord, you got to follow the ways of our forefathers, man. You know that's I don't. That's why man of the Lord will. We understand how this world is. We understand what's before us. We understand how the Lord has controlled this world, by how He has this world operating. It's under the spiritual demon Satan vibration now. We understand like the events that's going on in this world, but still, no matter how much we understand, it's still unbelievable to see how people can still not realize that if you want to be righteous with the Lord or be good, you gotta follow our forefathers, and you gotta walk in their paths or do what they did. Did you ever hear about the disciples of the men of the Lord? Were they homosexuals? Did they accept homosexuality? All right. Did they eat abominable foods? All right. Did they go against the Most High and willingly sin? Did they do stuff like that? Did they dance around in church? I mean, these are all the things that our forefathers never did. All right? And people in the church and people out there who so-called believe in God, they don't understand this. Didn't our forefathers grow their beards? Didn't they go on in the highways and highways and byways and prophesy to the people? So we got to follow their paths. Why would you do something different? When the hell did our prophets, our forefathers, talk about other nations being accepted in? Talk about accepting a so-called white man. So it says, that thou mayest walk in the way of good men and keep the paths of the righteous. For the upright shall dwell in the land, and the perfect shall remain in it. All right, the upright is talking about Israel. I believe another name for that is Jeshurun. All right, I'm not saying right. I think it's Jeshurun, which means the first. All right, the first or upright. All right, so which really stands for the nation of Israel. Okay, so this is His first family, the first nation He ever created, the first spirits. So we are the Lord's first fruits as a nation. All right, and He made all man upright, but the total upright is Israelites. Furthermore, the elect, starting with Yahawashi from the power of the Heavenly Father Yahawah. So it says, for the upright shall dwell in the land, and the perfect shall remain in it. Yeah, who's the perfect? None other than His chosen people. How are they perfect? By the laws and the statutes that was given unto us by the hand of Moses, by the power of the Most High. All right. That's how we made perfect, and we're going to dwell in our land. That land is Israel. Okay. It says, but the wicked shall be cut off from the earth, and the transgressors shall be rooted out. Yeah, and at the end of the day, wickedness, all this wickedness you see around you, all this mayhem and evil, which is being pushed out there and pushed out there by the elite banking families, starting with the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers. They're the ones that are wicked, and they're the ones that are going to be rooted out, right? Because wickedness will not last forever. All right, truth lasts forever, but wickedness does not. And we in that time now, that so-called white man, he's getting a boot. He's getting pushed out the way. Okay. So it says, but the wicked shall be cut off from the earth. Yeah, and you will be, but not before you do 1,000 years of slavery. Okay. Not before you do which is part of your destiny to do 1,000 years of slavery, hardcore slavery. The elder should be servant for the younger. All right. Esau is the elder. Jacob is the younger one. So there's going to be a time you're going to do 1,000 years of slavery. We're talking about long years, man. Okay, the earth is going to be bigger. You're going to have a big rotation. A year in the kingdom might be 10 years today. Who knows, man? Okay. So the years will be longer. After 1,000 years of slavery, then you will be cut off as a nation. We talk about the Edomites. You'll be burnt up, all right, and truly be vanished from the earth. We'll be cut off, all right, which is the true holy burnt, or the true holocaust, so to speak. It says, But the wicked shall be cut off from the earth, and the transgressors shall be rooted out of it. And the transgressors are the wicked. Transgressors means to breaking the laws. You know, like it says in St. John, 3 and 4. All right? If you break the commandments, that's transgression of the laws. Now, the laws weren't given unto you, but you're just a walking sin. You're a walking transgression. I can't say it, transgressor. Like the scriptures say, the wicked are estranged from the womb. All right? What's it say? The wicked be going born or something like that? I forget how. Can you get that real quick?
Which one?
The wicked are estranged from the womb. What's that? Psalms? There's another part to that. You know, the wicked are estranged from the womb. You know, so there's no way that the so-called white man, with all his acts and what he's put forth in the world, destroying the world by pollution, destroying the earth, and overall covering the truth of the Most High and the Lord and His people, all right, and lying to the whole world, deceiving the whole world about what is in outer space, what's in these so-called UFOs. I mean, everything that the so-called white man has set up inside has been damn lying and is wicked, man. Especially what he's done to his chosen people by taking people against their will and letting them do slavery. You know, by wiping out. You go into the history of the conquistadors, what they did to our native brothers in the islands and in South America and in the Americas. You know, playing shish kebab, baby shish kebab with pregnant women, throwing up babies, catching with swords, you know, chopping up the men and selling their body parts like in a deli format to feed their dogs. And this is all documented, man. This is wickedness.
Right. This is Psalms 58, verse 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies.
See, look at that. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. That's the point. Speaking lies. Who on this earth speaks lies? Now, there's a stat out there to show that everybody lies every day, right? But we're not talking about little white lies. We're talking about lies that change the course of the world, all right? Which is called manifest destiny, like Apostle always brings out. Now, who has lied to the whole world that changed the course of the world? The so-called white man, starting from all the way to the Renaissance. You even go back to Alexander the Great, like it says in the Maccabees. That's when evil spread across over the world. You know, when Alexander the Great set up his 4 generals, and that's when really wickedness really was spreading, man.
And evil's multiplied.
And evil's multiplied, you know.
I got some. This is Psalms 52, verse 2. It says, "The tongue deviseth mischiefs like a sharp razor working deceitfully."
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Meaning you Edomites, and this is a description of Esau, man. Right? It says what? It says the tongue deviseth mischiefs. Like everything that comes out of Esau's mouth, it's a goddamn lie, man. Or if he does speak peacefully, he has a hidden agenda, right? His end game is really to stab you in the back or fuck you over, right? Like he does to everybody in all nations.
I got something for you right now, right? Since you said that, the word politician, right? Because you said everything comes out of his mouth, he speaks lies, right? Now the word politician, how does a so-called woman talk to you? Through so-called politicians, right? The word politician means a person who's professionally involved in politics, especially as a holder of a candidate for an elected office. Now, if you go further into the definition, it means a person who acts in a manipulative and devious way, typically to gain investment within an organization. All right. Now that right there is talking about the so-called white man, but with that script. All right. Speaking deceptively, speaking lies. Right. A person who acts in a manipulative way. Right. So all your government, your elected officials, they manipulate you. Manipulating goes in the line. They deceive you. Right. And they all do it in an effort to gain investment within their organization that they're involved in, whether it be the Council of Foreign Relations, the secret societies, and ultimately Illuminati. They're deceiving you for their agenda. All right?
Yep. It says, "The tongue deviseth mischiefs like a sharp razor working deceitfully. Thou lovest evil more than good, and lying rather than to speak righteousness." right? And that's what Esau does. They rather, instead of speaking truth, like saying, oh, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are Israelites, you rather lie, right, and say that, oh, you guys are African, you guys go back to Egypt, you guys are, Latino, right? Instead of telling us that we're the true biblical Israelites, you rather lie than to speak righteousness, man. Right? And that's funny. It goes back to the title of the show. If you speak righteousness is not accepted in a wicked society, aka America, man. You know. So, strange from the womb. That was done.
You could get
I had something else.
You got something?
Yeah, real good. Because you had mentioned that the house of Esau, they're gonna be destroyed, man. But first they have to serve 1,000 years, right, of hardcore slavery, right? But this is but basically what the house of Esau or the kingdom of Edom is gonna fall, right? This is Proverbs 14 and 11. The house of the wicked shall be overthrown, but the tabernacle of the upright shall flourish. And that upright, like you're saying, which goes back to the word Jeshurun, which goes back to us Israelites, right? Which means first. It also means it means the righteous, right?
Yep.
The righteous,
upright,
right? And that's that the upright is speaking about Israel, man. Right now, for the simple fact that we're Israelites, we are considered the righteous. Now, right now, only 1/3 of the nation of Israel is righteous. Why? Because we're going back to our heritage. We accept the truth of the Bible as far as the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans being the biblical Israelites. So right now, so to speak, only the elect is righteous. 2/3 are gonna die for their wickedness, but they still are the righteous. Why? Because they're still Israelites, you know? Right? So, that was that.
You get St. John 7:7, I think? Yeah, 7:7.
Okay, this is John 7, verse 7. It says, the world cannot hate you, but me it hateth, because I testify of it that the works there are evil.
Yeah, and that's simple. I'll read that again.
It says, the world cannot hate you, but it hateth, but me it hateth.
Yeah, and in that world there is cosmos, which means it's like a separate society, a group, a cluster, or organization. But still, part of that definition is it talks about the universe, it talks about the earth. So you can still include the earth in that too, even though Okimene really pinpoints that, but I just looked up the definition, double checked. It says the universe and the world, or the earth, all right? So that right there is talking about the world of Israel, but then you could also say it's talking about the earth too, because that's why the Lord said, if you read on,
it says, because I testify of it that the works there are evil.
Yeah, because he testified that the works there are evil, the world of Israel, right, our people, but also their works are evil deeds, but also the whole entire earth. All right, the works of the earth are evil. All right, they're wicked. Again, man. I mean, starting with making the Most High and his Son, the image of them, inferior. All right, by a term called iconoclasm, which means icon destroyer, or whitewashing. All right, by way of the Renaissance in the 15th century. By the Bourgeois family, all right, who today's Rothschilds or the elite banking families, they are the descendants and have the same bloodline that goes back to the people in the Renaissance, right? They're the Bourgeois, they're them reincarnated, all right. But those damn demons, them devils, they manifested the current world today by whitewashing over our images, okay. By taking, because before the Renaissance period, it was well known all around the world that the Lord was a so-called black man, that the Most High was a so-called black man. Okay. Even a lot of your gods, a lot of Greek gods that even back then were going off, pagan gods, they were so-called black images. They weren't white images. Like I believe Zeus, he was really back then it was a dark-skinned man that was Zeus. You know, and so on and so forth. All right. So it's and that's evil to cover up all those lies and cover it by you're hiding the truth. That's the number one thing. And along, especially how you establish America. It was all by wickedness. You stole another man against their will. All right. Matter of fact, you can get that he that stealeth a man. What's that? Exodus 21, 16 or something. He that stealeth a man, you know. You brought people against it. Well, not people. You brought the nation of Israel, God's chosen people, over here against their will to do slavery, which is prophesied in Holy Scriptures. All right. You're damn near wiping off all these animals off the earth. You're destroying the earth by oil spills and radiation and chemicals, destroying the ozone layer. The waters are polluted. Now you got this devil saying that he can send garbage into, maybe he's thinking about sending garbage into volcanoes or garbage to the sun. Sending big ass rockets full of garbage to the sun.
So this is Exodus 21 verse 16. It says, "And he that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death."
You see that? So just right there, just off of that one thing, you so-called white people, that was evil. Now when you be put to death off the laws, you're doing evil, especially some committed for the death, man. So that's not taken lightly. The Most High don't take you stealing people and letting them serve slavery against their will. He that stealeth a man, what it says,
"And he that stealeth a man and selleth him,"
and selleth him. Not only did you steal, but you stole the man from his family, uprooted him from his land, and then you sell him on an auction block. All right there on Wall Street. That was basically the first commodity or the first way of commerce of this country was black slaves, so-called black slaves, Israelite slaves. Sold right there in the auction blocks on Wall Street. Okay, that's evil, man. And people want to forget that. You got niggas here in this country want to forget that. They still talk about, oh, let's see how we can advance in society. You got niggas, still wearing United States flag T-shirts and headbands. You know, there's nothing more wrong than that kind of image. An Israelite wearing a flag around their head, especially Jake, so-called the House of Judah. But that's evil. What the so-called woman has done, and so on and so forth.
It says, "Or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death."
Yeah, so you stole him, you stole the man, you sold the man, made money off the man, right? And whoever took him, whoever bought him too, you're in trouble. You're gonna be put to death too, because you should have never accepted. So this whole transatlantic slave trade was wicked, and that's basically how the Rothschilds really got their power, really got that traffic or that business. Like it says in Ezekiel, the 20th chapter, the 29th chapter, that's how it became. That's what gave them that boost to take over the world. It was through the blood, sweat, and tears of our people, through slavery. When you don't pay your your slaves, if you're not paying the workers, they're not working. But if you're not paying, you get all this money, you're not paying the slaves, then you get all that. You get
profit.
Yeah, a lot of profit basically. That was it. Anything else?
You was reading John? I was done, man.
Yeah, I finished that. Yes, yeah. It says the world cannot hate you, but it hateth me, because I testified that the works there are evil. And that's out of the Lord's mouth. All right, you don't hate us first. You hate the Lord first, because we represent Yahawashi on earth. We are his physical counterparts on earth, speaking righteousness. So of course they're gonna hate us because you hate the Lord first. But the Lord said Himself, He testified, which is testify means to be a witness, right? Having that wit means having the knowledge of, right, or knowing something. So the Lord damn sure knows that this world is evil, man. Because number one, He ain't here. When the Lord comes back, that's when everything's going to be set right. The Lord ain't here, so it's wicked. It's evil. Again, you've got the so-called white man, this little albino rat, this leopard rat, ruling the world, starting with the Rothschilds and causing mayhem all over the world, man. You got this big thing now with an attack on the man. Masculinity. You got Esau, which is always fucking with the science, which is like so-called science. But now you got them trying to say, which I got to post a show on that. You go out there trying to say that having a YX chromosome, which a man has, is the Y chromosome is going to be outsourced. It's gonna phase away. But the XS chromosome, like the woman has, is a good thing. This is what you got out there now, and that's bullshit. All right, you got this whole attack on being a man. You know, gender equality and all that bullshit. But the scriptures don't talk about no gender equality. It's obvious to the naked eye. A 2-year-old can tell that a woman is weaker than a man, and not on the level of a man. That's why the brother started out the show with, he that turned this thing upside down shall be esteemed as a potter's clay. No, you didn't get that. You got the good is evil, and evil is good. You know, put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Woe to one of them who call evil good and good evil. All right. So this is where we're at right now. You even got even in the music industry. If you want to advance, if you back in the 90s, you had something called like conscious rappers speaking that consciousness, you know, and you know people were selling, you know, making their records. But now, please, you try to speak some truth or some knowledge in a rap song. Guess what? You ain't getting no money. You're not making no deal. You got to grunt and moan over some demonic beat and make no sense, and just talk bullshit. Talk about fucking up somebody else's girl. Talk about committing adultery. Talk about doing drugs. You know?
Drinking lean.
Yeah, drinking lean and all that, whatever you dummies drink out there, man. Just talk about nothing but bullshit. You're gonna be a pop star in this society.
Yeah.
You're gonna be a superstar, man. You're gonna make it.
So and then if you pop bullshit, if you talk bullshit, and you come out as a homosexual, you're a superstar. Like that one dude.
Like that was it, Little X, that faggot.
Little Nas X. If you pop bullshit, and you say that dude, he broke records, you know, off of one single, man.
Yeah, I wonder how he did that.
You know, and how did he do that? He didn't speak righteousness, man. Okay, if he came out saying, we are the Israelites.
Oh man,
he would have never got a record deal, man.
Would have been dead or something. Man.
Okay, yeah. All right.
Dead or along bankrupt.
Yeah.
That's where you see this comment. Brother said on a group chat. I didn't respond to it, but this brother said in a group chat about rappers that go dead broke or bankrupt. But my thing is, they probably didn't do nothing wrong. They probably didn't want to suck 20 balls a day. Wanted to break it down to 10 balls a day. I'm being funny, you know. But they didn't want to go with the program no more. So well, guess what the elites do? Oh, you don't want to go with the program? We're gonna bankrupt you now. We're gonna put you in a sex scandal. You don't want to follow the rule. Yeah, that's the number one thing. We're gonna cause you to do tax evasion. If you don't go with the program, once you sell your soul, they'll do by 3 ways: by sex scandals, by tax evasions, or just killing your ass, getting rid of you. All right, or defaming you, making you, or they can they can kill you anyway, or they can do MK Ultra. You know, if they really need you, they'll brainwash your ass and bring you back to doing their bidding, like Kanye West has. Kanye West kind of went off the grid, right, on a stage, trying to talk some truth, right, and you know he's put in the hospital, right. Nobody could get access to him in a few days. Who knows what they were doing to him in there? And then all of a sudden he's talking about MAGA hats, wearing MAGA hats, and well, the blacks came over here to get for a job opportunity. What do you think they did to Kanye? They did the MK Ultra on him. You know, so you can't speak righteousness in the society. And a lot of these dummies who sell out, they know that. Once they go that route, they can't really drop nothing. Or they do, they speak in code. You know, they speak a certain way. Like I believe who was it? Matt Damon. Matt Damon was kind of speaking against. I think it's someone on YouTube that Matt Damon, he was kind of speaking against the New World Order, but he said it in code. He said it in a certain way, you know, which probably dummies didn't pick up. But you know, he was careful what he was saying. But you can't come out and just say what you got to, like, if you're inside, you can't go out and say it because they'll take you out.
Yeah, basically you have to speak in metaphors or deep sayings, you know. Mm-hmm. Where the enlightened or people that are smart will understand, right? Because if you just come flat out and say it, like you said, you'll be blackballed, right? I was holding this. This is Habakkuk 2:12. Do you have anything else?
No, you did.
All right. So this is Habakkuk 2:12. It says, "Woe to him that buildeth the town with blood, and establisheth the city by iniquity. And that's how America was founded. America was established by by wickedness, by bloodshed. Okay, and the premise of America, the start of America was supposed to be about Christianity, about the Lord,
Yeah.
right? But really it was about white supremacy, man.
Yeah.
Right? And how they're supposed to rule over the Israelites, how they're supposed to rule over the Native Americans, how they're supposed to rule over the so-called blacks, right? So this society, America, was established by wickedness, man.
Yeah.
Right? And it was established by bloodshed, right? They damn near wiped out everybody in the Caribbean, right? The Taino Indians down there, Arawak Indians. They came up to Mexico.
Yep.
They came up to that was a conquistador. They came to the Americas, right? They went down to South America, and they established their society by what? By wickedness.
Yeah.
Okay, and
breaking treaties and lying.
breaking treaties and lying, mass murdering.
Yep. Mass murder. Yep.
Chemical warfare.
Yep.
By spreading diseases. This is how this society,
Yeah.
you know, and it's funny, the same way this society was established is the same way this society is going to go down.
That's right.
Right? It's going to go down by bloodshed. It's going to go down by pestilence.
Yep.
It's going to go down by diseases. Right? It's going to go down by massive death. Okay? Because this is how the society is going to be taken out. It's going to be taken out in the same way that it was established.
I got something for you.
By death and bloodshed.
Actually, two. Well, I got one here quick. It says, well, kind of his point. Isaiah 14:21. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers.
Right, and the children is speaking of the children of Edom.
That's right.
Right, the children of your forefathers. Okay, because you're left to pay the tab, and really, you are your forefathers reincarnated. So you are paying the price of what you did back then. Okay, all right, and that's the time we're approaching. We're approaching the iniquity of the payment for the iniquity of your forefathers, and I'm speaking to you Edomites. Okay, so all your wickedness, okay, all your suppressing of righteousness is coming to an end.
I got a precept to show you. Said that, like we're reading right there. These people today, they're children of their forefathers, the wicked. So I got a precept for that. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 41, verse 5. It says the children of sinners are an abominable children. It says, and they that are conversant in dwellings of the ungodly. I'm reading against the line. The children of sinners are an abominable children, and they that are conversant in the dwelling of the ungodly. The inheritance of sinners, children shall perish, and their posterity shall have a perpetual reproach.
Right. So it's not going to read that last part?
It says the children of sinners are an abominable children, and they that are conversant in the dwelling of the ungodly.
Now, we know that to sin you need to be an Israelite, first off, right? Because to sin you have to be given the law, right? But Esau falls in that category. Why? Because he took on the law and said, matter of fact, let me get that. Isaiah, let me bring that out. Isaiah 29, I believe.
And conversant, by the way, means familiar with or knowledge about something. All right. So going along with it. Okay. So the children of sinners are abominable children, and it says, and they that are conversant in the dwelling of the godly. So the people who are going with the program, you're wicked too, man. You know, who is going with the program? Our people. You know, the Israelites.
Yep. So this is Isaiah 24:5. It says, the earth is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, and broken the everlasting covenant. And how did they do that? They did that by trying to establish themselves in our land, Israel. You applied or you claim the law for yourself, but guess what? Now you're going to have to pay for breaking all those laws. You're gonna have to pay for breaking the laws of the land over there in Israel. Okay? Right? So it says the children of sinners is what?
Yeah, kind of says, the children of sinners are an abominable children, and they that are conversant in the dwelling of the ungodly.
And they that are conversant, right?
Yep.
You said the word conversant is what?
It means to familiar with or knowledgeable about something.
Right, familiar with and knowledgeable about something. Right? So it says,
so a synonym would be acquainted. Acquainted. Familiar with. Yeah.
Right. So I meant to bring this one out, right? Showing you that Esau. I'll just read it. As far as the laws, this is Isaiah 26:10. Let favor be shown to the wicked, yet will he not will he not learn righteousness. And how is favor shown to the wicked? You are given a chance to come clean, right? You are given a chance to rule in righteousness. Why? Because you are given the power of the earth, but you chose to continue in wickedness. You chose to continue in polluting our land, and celebrating wickedness, like they got the big faggotiest gay parade over there in Tel Aviv and Pink City. You were given the opportunity to be righteous, but you didn't. You gotta say something?
No, you good.
Right.
Well, I'll say one thing too. Like we were just talking before we started the show. You got like one example is right to be righteous is you had that dude James Cameron, the guy who created Titanic or the latest hit Avatar. All right, and James Cameron, he had an idea to clean the oil spill that happened years ago, like in 2010. Right, he had an idea to he created an idea or had something where he can solve the oil spill problem. I forget what the details were, but it worked. He made a plan. He planned it out, right? And guess what? The PPL company or whatever the gas or the oil company rejected it. They didn't want to push it forth. And that's doing something righteous. Cleaning up oil or that's, and we're talking about oil that's in the ocean, man. That's going to destroy. That doesn't leave the ecosystem. That destroys the ecosystem, man. It stays around for over hundreds of years. Acid rain is involved. You're killing a lot of sea animals. You are literally destroying the ecosystem that way. And he had an idea to fix it, and here goes into international bankers. Oh no, we're good.
It says, let favor be shown to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. In the land of uprightness he will deal unjustly, and will not behold the majesty of the Lord. And that's what you did, Esau. You did not uphold the majesty of the Lord. You destroyed. You did not. It says, in the land of uprightness he will deal unjustly, and that's what you did in the land of Israel. You dealt unjustly, man. Okay, but now you got to pay for that. Okay, and how are you gonna pay for that? You're gonna pay for that by bloodshed. The Most High is gonna violently take you out of your rulership. Okay.
Okay. Hey, okay. I'm on the column, bro. Hey, shalawam, Domus Earlis. I think he was always watching the show before. And shalawam to Quaya to Zion. Shalom Akim. Shalom Akim out there. Okay. You got one. Job 20:29. I'll get that. Yeah, brother. Domus brought the scripture out. Let me bring it up. This is Job 20. Job 20 verse 29. See what that says. Oh yeah, that's right. My favorite ones. It says, this is the portion of the wicked man from the Most High, and the heritage appointed unto him by the Most High. Yeah, and if you read about, like, read the whole chapter, that's talking about Esau and how the Lord's going to destroy his ass, bring him down. And like the brother Domus Shalom, brought that script. All right. At the end of the day, this is how Esau's going to go out. He's going to go out by nuclear destruction. He's going to go out by the bow of steel. I think the glittering sword, actually. It says.
Bow of steel too.
Oh yeah, bow of steel and that glittering sword. That's that ICBM missile, man. Those are holy instruments, man. the nuclear missiles are truly holy, man. Why? Because they're going to do something true and destroy Esau and his kingdom. And that's the heritage. That's what you got to look forward to. The so-called white man's future is destruction. That's his destiny. All right. So all this wickedness that's going on in the world now is at an end.
Yeah, it's temporary.
You know. Yeah, I'll wrap it. I'll finish this and then yeah. It says the inheritance of sinners, children shall perish, and their posterity shall have a perpetual reproach. The children will complain of an ungodly father, because they should be reproached for his sake. All right, woe be unto you, ungodly men, which have forsaken the law of the Most High power. For if ye increase, it shall be to your destruction, and if ye be born, ye shall be born to a curse, and if ye die, a curse shall be your portion. All right, which basically, you got Esau today. Oh, that wasn't me in my past life. I didn't do it. Well, no, you are the children of you're abominable, number one. All right, and you're children of sinners. We had to pay for our forefathers' sins, so you got to pay for yours, man. And your forefathers are the wicked. All right, and we all know what the scriptures say about the wicked. All right, just get ready for slavery and hell and pain and pure anguish and the worst things you can imagine, man. That's what's going before your future. That's what the scriptures say. We should do unto you double. All right, we should do unto you double. See, I think I have another one. You got one more?
Okay. Read this. This is real quick. This is Psalms, Isaiah 16:14. It says, "The sons of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee, and all they that despise thee shall bow themselves down at the soles of thy feet, and they shall call thee the city of the Lord, the Zion of the Holy One of Israel." And that's speaking about it says the children of them that afflicted thee, which are all nations, but the first one on the hit list of Yahawashi is Edom. Okay, because you are the ones that did the worst, right? You are the ones that exceeded with the punishment, right? That's why you're gonna get the worst punishment, right? You're out of all nations, you're the one that are gonna be exterminated. Okay, totally extinct.
I'm sorry.
Exterminated, totally extinct. After 1,000 years of the hardest, brutalist, if that's a word, right? The brutalist slavery, okay, ever it conceived, man.
Yeah.
You're gonna go through the worst slavery. Just think about that, man. Right? Ever since the invention of slavery, Esau, you're gonna get the worst of it. Yeah,
man.
Okay, and then you other nations, I don't want to leave you out, right?
Yeah, that's
you
right.
Other nations are gonna get
it too, man.
You're gonna get it too.
Fucking Moab, can't stand Moab, man. Stupid goops trying to steal our aura, man.
I mean, it's hard to put after Esau, right? It's hard to put a heathen in order, right? Like
who you want next?
Like damn, it's either Elam, damn, we hate fucking Moab, Ham, Ham. Those are our first enemies, man. Ham, the Philistines, right? Yeah. So it's hard, but hey,
you all gonna get it, man.
You're all gonna get it, but the ones that are gonna get it the worst of the worst is the basis of men.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's only right, only right. Like Apostle Hart said to the Spirit, which is beautiful to meditate on, right? You're not gonna see the true, like for example, you're not gonna see true love until we get in the kingdom. Now, example of that is like when the Most High, how He's gonna deck us out, how He's gonna treat us, how we're gonna be. Whew, man, that's when you're gonna see true love. You know what I mean? What the Heavenly Father is gonna do for us, man, in the kingdom. Just like when you have a son or a child, you want to give everything to your kid. You want to make sure he's good, man. What the heck you think the Most High is going to do to us, man? The people that He loves. So like Apostle Hart said to the Spirit, you're not going to see true love until they get to the kingdom of heaven. Fuck all this romantic bullshit now. I love you, I'll die for you, all these stupid ass movies. No, true love is going to be in the kingdom. So I say that to say that true hate, any emotion you want to pick out is going to be this true form in the kingdom of heaven. And like the brother's going to, slavery is a part of that. So you're going to see true hate, right? You think you see hate now? All this hate speech and all that bullshit? No, you're going to see true hate in the kingdom of heaven. When like the scriptures say, the Most High is angry with the wicked every day. All right? And we're gonna, man, I don't want to curse too much, but through the spirit of Yahawashi, all the evilness that you have done, the so-called white man, you're gonna pay for everything. Everything in the kingdom of heaven, you're gonna pay for, man. All right. At least when we died on this side, when you castrated us, when you killed our women, when you killed our wives, when you killed our kids, all right, that's gonna be happening to you in our kingdom. But your motherfucking asses, you're gonna die at least 1,000 times a day. All right. And at least when we died in this world, we just went to the spiritual world. But in our kingdom, we will control death through the power of Yahweh Shemai Shai, man. And you promise you will die more than one death. You'll die 1,000 deaths a day, man. Fucking devils, man. Start with you fucking Rothschilds, man. And all you other nations. This thing's at an end.
Yep. So, and that's speaking righteousness, right? Everything you just said was speaking righteousness, but in this society, it's frowned upon, right? But all that's coming to an end,
I got a quick precept. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 6. But though I be rude in speech, yet not in knowledge, but we have been thoroughly made manifest among you in all things. Yeah, so it's a lot for me dropping bombs, but you get passionate about it, you get upset, man, because we know what's going to befall us very soon. We know that Esau will literally put a gun to our child's head and blow his head off, man. All right, in front of your face. What are you going to do? And he's going to threaten you to take the chip. We know that he's going to kill our loved ones. There will be no holds barred against what he's going to do to us. That's why Revelation says, Revelation 12:12, the devil shall come upon you having great wrath. So that's why you got to think about these things and get ready, man. Because this man, the devil, is going to show his face. And you brothers might get a little passionate, curse a little bit, but at least we're bringing the truth to you, and this truth should be manifested in you, man. In all things, because this truth is going to wake up the elect through the power of Yahweh Shemai Shai, man. And this world will be made righteous, and it's starting now with the men of the Lord bringing out the truth. Start with the apostles and all his men bringing out this truth. Camps opening all over the world, man. And all you gainsayers, man, and all the other nations, you're gonna have your heads between your legs, man, very soon. And it's happening now in other countries. You see the mayhem all over the world. All this is gonna happen to America, man. It's gonna happen here in America in these streets, like prophesied in the scriptures. And in that day, the elect are going to be protected, man. The men of the Lord are going to be protected in that day.
Thus said the Bible, right? All right, so I guess that's it. To recap, righteousness in this society is not accepted, but pretty soon that's going to come to an end, right? I mean, when I say righteousness, I mean the speech of righteousness, right? Which is all contained in the law, statute, commandments. Right now, that's not accepted, but pretty soon, that's going to be accepted. Why? Because Esau, the kingdom of Edom, is going to be taken out. Right? Did I get something?
Yeah, truth will spring up.
Truth and truth now is just starting to flourish. Well, it's not just starting; it's been sprouting, right? But we're reaching the point where truth is gonna flourish throughout the four corners of the earth, and wickedness and lies will not be hid anymore. Okay.
Okay, I think I found. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 7, verse 43. It says, but the day of doom shall be the end of this time. Right, and the day of doom, right? Like Apostle always likes to go into the doomsday, right? And he gave a great example, which I always bite off now, right? Is who killed Superman? The doomsday, So doom is probably the worst thing you could ever hear, man. Doom, right? And America is going to have their doomsday by way of Yahawashi and by way of the nuclear missiles. But the day of doom shall be the end of this time and the beginning of immortality for to come. Wherein corruption is past, intemperance is at an end, right? Meaning, being tempered is to be patient and handling bullshit. But this being tempered, allowing to dwell with homosexuals around you, homosexual boss, or riding next to a goddamn hermaphrodite, You know, this is the things we gotta live around, man. You know, just being tempered, living amongst and living and being under the rule of the other nations, especially Esau, right? And temperance is at an end, and also ultimately being without our Heavenly Father and the Lord. We got to temper and have temperance to see other nations, Esau, mock our Heavenly Father and the Lord. And temperance is at an end. Infidelity is cut off, right? Infidelity goes into faith, right? Infidelity is cut off, so no more unfaithful people on earth. Righteousness is grown, right? And truth is sprung up. Okay? Then shall no man be able to save him that is destroyed, right? Right? Who is going to be destroyed? No, ain't nobody going to save Esau, man. Your asses will be destroyed. Your ass going to do 100,000,000% hardcore slavery. Well, a trillion, whatever. You can't put a number. All right? And nor to oppress him that hath gotten the victory. All right, so there's no more. The people who are oppressed, they're gonna get the victory. They're gonna be victorious through the spirit of Yahawashi. You know. So with that, we'll say, Kal Halal, Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham, Ruchwah B'dash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS. Double honors to the kinetic elders of GMS. Shalawam to all the brothers out there pushing this word and sincerity and truth of the truth of Yahawashi in this earth, man. All right, Shalawam to the fellow warriors and kings. Shalom, brothers on the comment boards.